Hello, car lovers driving the 2024 Honda Prologue. Good catch by Ross. I think we're one of the first ones in Canada to review this vehicle. So it just goes to show you, number one, how Honda has confidence in our high quality channel. No, jokes aside, I think it was a circumstance that made it that we had this vehicle. Well, we'll take it anyway. First, an overview.
The all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue has an 85 kilowatt-hour battery that, with these 21-inch wheels, has a range of 439 kilometers. The other models have 452 kilometers of range because they have smaller wheels. In Canada, there is the EX, EXL, and this tester, the all-equipped Touring. This is a mid-size crossover that feels more substantial and more spacious than the compact electric rivals. The prices, including destination, is $62,000, $67,000, and $72,000. That's a lot of money. In Quebec, only the first two models get the $7,000 rebate. In Canada, all models get the $5,000 rebate. All models have four-wheel drive. You can charge level 3 up to 150 kilowatts and get 100 kilometers of range in 10 minutes. This is the sister car to the electric Chevy Blazer and represents a successful partnership that is no longer in effect between GM and Honda since October 2023. Of note, this Touring is all equipped with Bose sound, panoramic roof, leather seats, heads-up display, 288 horsepower, 333 pounds of instantaneous torque, a curb weight of 5,000 pounds, and the most easy-to-use infotainment I've ever seen in an EV. You can even tow 1,500 pounds.
All right, we're back. So, what to say about this vehicle? Well, this is the marriage between GM and Honda. All right. So, I think a lot of people maybe who are Honda owners who maybe want to step up to electric, who like their Honda, maybe asking the question, is this maybe too much GM and not enough Honda? Let's go over that, and then I'll make a few remarks about the vehicle in general. The exterior styling, I think, is very seductive. 21-inch wheels, guys. 21-inch wheels. But you know what? I'm on an island because everyone I speak to loves their big wheels. Everybody who has big wheels love it. So that's just what it is. 21-inch wheels. It certainly looks very good. It certainly looks like a high-end, sophisticated crossover, right? Another note is that I remember when I was looking at this vehicle on the Honda website, I was kind of like sticker shocked by the price. I was like, my God, this is so expensive. However, when I drove it, like today, I can tell you right now that it kind of slots itself logically, because this ain't an ID4. This is not an Ioniq 5. It's not that kind of vehicle. This is a superior space vehicle, like in terms of room, in terms of just heft, and just terms of quality. It's on another level. I cannot get over how wide this vehicle is, and it feels so big. So what do you get on the inside? Well, you get everything you need. I love the simplicity of this interior. You get the heads-up display, which is huge, avatar-like. All right, it's just right there. I mean, you're never going to take your eyes off the road. You have this excessively simple to use infotainment. I never thought I'd say that. So easy to use, large icons. This is a clinic in how it's done. It may not have all the funky functionality of the others, which you will never use, or only a bunch of software geeks will use, but this is so user-friendly. This digital dashboard, very nice, very clear. The information is so clear. I cannot get over. This is I mean, I'm in a Tesla. I drive a Tesla Model 3, and I'm telling you, I'm almost flabbergasted by the simplicity of it. I mean, this car getting into is easier to use than my Model 3, which I've been in for over a year. That's the difference. Easy to use, climate control interfaces. Nice stock here for the transmission. Here we have the typical GM layout, which is to say, I've got soft touch here, I've got soft touch here. However, sitting in back, it's a box of plastic. However, sitting in front here, very good. The seats are comfortable. The leather quality is decent. And once again, the ease of use of the interface is nice leather steering wheel. This is very good. This is very, very good. Now, when we're on the highway, I think this car shines. It's whisper quiet on the highway. I was doing 100 kilometers an hour before with Ross, and it was you could hear a pin drop. It's high level, high level. Sitting in front here, lots of space like I was saying before, lots of room. The windows are not that big. However, looking out in front, I feel no restrictions. Looking out on the side, I feel no restrictions. Looking rear 3/4, okay. A little bit further back, it sucks. And looking out the back, horrible. Small GM mirror, small GM window in back. This is just, I don't know. This is the part that's very GM. Fortunately, that is the only part that's like GM. Let me explain. This steering wheel feels distinctly Honda. The driver interfaces are surprisingly soft. I got in this vehicle, but Ross was making the right. This vehicle is slow. It's not slow, it's just the pickup, the way the car accelerates, it's very smooth. If you put it on in sport mode, yeah, it's more snappy. But if you put it in regular mode, we're in a Honda. Other notes, you get the Bose sound system. You get comfortable seats, ventilated, heated, easy to use buttons here in the steering wheel. This heads-up display, once again, is an accident preventer. Everything is like at eye level. High-level stuff. From a safety security point of view, this has got to be the best EV I have ever driven. Ever. So people like those people, when they make EVs, they twist themselves into a pretzel to reinvent the wheel. I mean, this is just so simple. Sitting behind myself, there's plenty of room. It's crazy. Except with the head, I would say if you're 6'2", 6'3", you're going to start rubbing in back. Here in front, it's fine. This is like Mercedes S-Class of, I don't know, a few years ago. I mean, it's really, really quiet, this touring. So, I mean, talk about having non-strenuous conversation. Listening to your favorite podcast without having to jack up the volume. Listening to music in a wonderful listening environment with the Bose sound system. So this is very high level, all right? And I'm very satisfied with that. I'm feeling my money on that level. So now I've been over the basic aspects. You do get about 450 kilometers of range. I am very satisfied with that. 450 is fine. And of course, these vehicles, you've got to be on the road, right? And don't forget, that's 450 kilometers of range, whether you're in the city, whether you're on the highway, anywhere, right? That's with an EV. It's, well, with the regenerative braking, of course, which I would put on probably. That's the way you have to go if you want that full range. I live in Saint-Jérôme Beach. I come to Montreal to work every day. My friends live far away, over 50, 60 kilometers away. It's always 100 to 150 kilometer round trips. This is where this kind of vehicle really shines, where you're going to go get a little bit of your money. You've got to have a charging station at home. You've got to take into account that winter reduces your range by about 50%. All right? And people are saying, yeah, but it's not always cold. Yeah, but when you wake up in the morning at 4 or 5 in the morning to go to work, it's minus 10, minus 15, minus 20. All right, so it's 50%, and which is fine. Now you know, right? I think it makes a great second vehicle still. I think these vehicles, I think if you're a family, one of you has maybe the hybrid or the gas-powered vehicle, the other one has the all-electric. I think you'll make do with that, but you've got to be on the road a lot. All right, and another aspect of the EV ownership is that number one, you tend to treat your EV like an appliance because now you're always thinking about the gas you're saving. So sometimes the car washing, it doesn't happen as often as it used to for reasons I can't explain. And also what happens is that now, you know, when you go to somebody's house, when you have activities to do with the kids, you're always thinking about the price of gas, right? Because we're all tight, right? Especially in Quebec, we're all very tight for money. So you kind of like factor that into your social decisions. Well, now when you have an EV, when a friend calls you over, you just go. If you got to go drive your kids somewhere, you just go because it doesn't cost anything, right? It's like $2 to fill up or something. So that type of, I want to call it freedom, is welcome. And it's one of the benefits of having an EV. I'm not trying to sell an EV. I'm just telling you the for and against. So that is important to get out there. Now, the cool thing is when you go to the Honda dealership, one, I'm not sure they're going to have any in stock, so you're going to be walking out of there with a CR-V Touring. But nevertheless, I think if you're somebody who does not too many kilometers, you'll be able to test drive. The CR-V Touring is very close to this vehicle in terms of experience. So you might end up walking out with that, which is very luxurious, very expensive, but very luxurious in terms of a compact crossover and very roomy. Or if you do a lot of mileage, you might walk out with one of these, right? If your demographic is what I previously described. So still an upper middle class vehicle, I would have to say. and that's where EVs are right now. And those are my thoughts on the very good Honda Prologue 2024.